Hey guys, we don't have many people yet. It always takes some time. Let me see. Anthony Cipollone, $5. I wanted to get out of the way. You're bald, dumb, an idiot. No, not anything about politics and life in your basement. LOL. Congrats. On 1 million. I appreciate it, bro. I do, man. Anthony, thank you, brother. It's good to see you, by the way. I hope you and your family are well. All right. The waiting game. This should only take a minute or two, though, the way it's been going. Tia Fireball, hey, how are you? Tia, I got to start using you as a co-host if you want to come on this show sometime, just so you can help me redirect the conversation from the same old shit every fucking day. You know what I mean? Would you do that? Would you be willing to? If not, it's okay. You wouldn't have to be on camera. You could use an avatar. I might try to figure that out. I gotta change course somehow. Even this show, it's gonna be the same fucking thing. Dude, I wouldn't stop talking. You wouldn't be able to say anything. Good. Then I wouldn't have to talk. I'd be good. Then I could just rest and relax while you fucking talk. Booger Presley, what's going on, brother? Did you get my email, Chris? Oh, I think I saw one from you. Yeah. Oh, yes. I read your suggestions. Yeah, I agree. You're right. I don't know about making the videos and playing the videos each time because that could get repetitive. But yeah, I don't know. Let me think about it. I tried to spell it like we would understand. Yeah, no, I gotcha. Idiot with two T's. No, instead of KNOWNO. Oh, shit. Yeah, JGB, I'm always open to suggestions like that, man. It might be the best way to go about it because, I mean, I was just talking on the MobTube show if you guys were listening. It really is astounding. It's one thing for them not to know the answers to shit and to ask questions. It's once you give them the answer and it's not even like they just say, no, you're wrong. No, they'll just ask the same question. I just gave you an answer to. But it's hard to talk to these people, man, because there is no changing their mind. There's just no way around it. They're like old people that are set in their ways. You can't change their mind about anything. They know best. And if anything you say, is something they don't agree with, or if it's not something they've heard before and they've learned about on their own somehow, then you're wrong. That's it. You're wrong no matter what. They won't stay open-minded to find out if, this guy knows what he's talking about. I was wrong about this. My bad. Were you, JGB? I hope you liked it. Yeah, I know, Tia. I wonder the same thing. Maybe you guys should warn me sometimes. Just be like, Chris, it's bots. Ignore them. You know what I mean? And then I'll just move on. Maybe you should. I got to look at your emails too, Tia, because you catch me up on stuff. You always send me good shit. But I saw this email this morning, man, that was very, very disturbing about not an email to me, an email from the Epstein files. That really worries me. And I already knew they were redacting out, information about the powerful people in these files and stuff. But there's an email that basically says it's to Epstein, but they redacted who it's from. And it says a new Brazilian girl showed up, cute and sexy, 9 years old. See, here's what I mean. Like we have to know who this is, sending stuff like this. We have to know who these people are. I spelt this wrong. What's going on? This guy is a pathetic loser in life. That's why he does this. Garrett, you wish you had my life. Believe me. You're watching me. You know that, right? Well, I'm here doing this for a living. You're watching me. So who's the loser? Trump and Epstein are childhood buddies. I don't know about all that, but he did meet Melania through Epstein. Brazilian 9-year-old. That makes me sick, man. And of course, I mean, it's amazing they can get away with this shit and that the whole fucking country isn't in an uprising. Because they're deleting all the files about Trump right off of the DOJ website, even though they've been on there for a couple of days. I believe they have to be bots from another country when their spelling and their grammar is horrific and it's no profile, a name with numbers after it, no content. They have to be from Indonesia. Maybe that, but as far as the spelling and grammar, I mean, to me, that's how you know it is a real Trump supporter. when they can't spell it. You know what I mean? Might have redacted because they're investigating who they are. Yeah. What are the chances, JGB? You know what Trump said to Marjorie Taylor Greene when he tried to talk her out of signing the discharge position? He said, a lot of my friends are going to get in trouble. Now, of course, he meant himself by that, but he also meant his friends. You know, so whoever sent that email, that's a problem. Love that darkness. Sorry. I'm bigly chilling very strongly. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's him. Bigly chilling. Lots of Democrats on those pictures. Really, Tim? Like who? Who specifically? Maybe you know something I don't. DJ Trump is the worst president of all times. He is. Yeah, I know, Alyssa. I know. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, Bill Clinton is, might as well be one of them as far as I'm concerned. Half of the files from people with psychosis having delusions. Yeah, that's just something you guys are saying. There's nowhere in the files that it indicates anything of the sort. It's just you guys saying that. If Trump was guilty of it. All right. Yeah. I think, Tia, you think it's time to give up and just ignore those comments? Because it's, it's an unwinnable battle. No matter how many times you explain it to them, they don't understand. Tim has to be a paid bot from Indonesia, India, Japan. Tim, who's Tim? I don't know. No, he's not. Yeah, he is, Chad Allen. He is. You could say no, he's not, but it doesn't change the fact that he is. He's all over the files. Yeah, he was. Not pay the taxes. The gov just prints money. Why would we stand in line to pay for the system? Yeah, I don't know. Tim Lynch, you don't think we want those Dems held accountable? What's your point? Take those Dems down with Trump. I'll take them all. Who cares about Democrats? Fuck them. Did you guys not hear about the Biden years? Why don't you tell us? I mean, obviously we didn't. Why don't you tell us? We don't care about old news. It's not old news. It's pretty much brand new, actually. Conservatives will make excuses for a pedo and then throw their queer kid out in the streets to be homeless and do everything they can to stop programs from helping their kid. I know, ain't that some shit? I didn't vote for Trump. Two sides of the same turd. Wrong. They're both fucked up, sure, but one side, fought to release the Epstein files, and the other side fought to cover them up, and not only that, but every single policy idea is the complete and total opposite of the other parties, and I mean they're in no way, shape, or form two sides of the same turd, as you say. You people make assumptions, and that's the problem today. You make up your own lies, and the sheep believe everything. Well, you guys are the sheep, the people that wear all like the same clothes and hats and go to the same rallies and recite the same bullshit they heard on Fox News. But we're not making assumptions. You're still talking as if we're just assuming he's all over the files when it is now a fact that can't be denied. He's all over the files. Fox News would tell you that. He's all over the files. He's everywhere. When there's anybody that has over 26 essay accusations made at him, there's something. Yeah, no shit. No, he didn't. There's no proof Epstein hated Trump. It's just something Trump's going around saying, and it's not true. I was seeing videos of the cabal and the child sacrifices on that little island over the river back in 2008. What are you talking about? What little island? Ironwood? What is Ironwood? Is Ironwood a place? Old news, they just released the files. It's rather new information. Yeah. Bill Clinton is all through the file. Only left-wing liberal idiots believe otherwise, dumbass liberals. No. Nobody's saying otherwise. Bill Clinton is in the files, and he's in there a lot of the times. He's in there with Trump. They're accused of the same thing and committing those crimes together. I'm not lying, Kathy. Trying to explain why Biden couldn't release the files to a MAGA is like teaching a rock to swim. Yeah, I think I'm just going to give up on it. I think that's my first step to finally changing the course of these shows and changing the conversation altogether. I'm just going to ignore those comments now. Yeah, please educate us on the Biden years. Yeah, what about him? I know. What was that guy talking about? Trump has to go to prison. I agree. Epstein is on the files, stupid Klan cultist Democrat, or everyone is on the files. No, everyone isn't. And everyone would include everyone, like me and you, and even if you're talking about Democrats, who's in the is Obama in the files? No, Obama's not in the files. Who's in the files? Tell me specifically. Don't just say everyone is, because we know for a fact Trump is. When I say Trump is in the files, I mean Trump is in the files. When you say everyone is in the files, you're just trying to somehow make it okay that Trump is, which it wouldn't be. Even if everybody in the world was in the files and Trump is the president of the United States, it would be worse that he's in the files. Do you understand? Everyone is in the files. That's what people say who don't know anything, No one cared about Epstein files because Trump said he would. All right. I don't know what that means. Trump's name is in the newly released files 38,000 times. That's more than Jesus's name in the Bible. That's more times than Harry Potter's name is in the entire Harry Potter series. Crazy, right? I guess Bill Clinton and Hillary are in trouble. I mean, Bill Clinton might be. I don't think Hillary would be. Why would Hillary be in trouble? So you're saying that Biden had those Epstein files and the entire world was trying to take down Trump and they chose to not. Yeah, I'm just not going to. Tia, make me do it. Make me ignore them. Make me ignore them. It's too many times on each show now explaining it to them and they still don't learn. It's so funny. These guys have the same access to information we all have. They could look up right now. If they wanted to know the answer, they could look up, why didn't Biden release the files? And they'd find out like that. But they don't want to know. They just want to be able to spew that talking point over and over. Yes, he is, Brian. He is. Yes, that's no. Not the fault to release them. The fault to cover them up. And I mean, it's again, it's not my opinion. If you look at the timeline of how these files got released, you'll find out that the Democrats are the ones that forced the vote. You know what I mean? And that's how the Epstein Files Transparency Act got passed, is because the Democrats wouldn't let it go, not the Republicans. There was a discharge petition that needed 218 signatures, and they got 214 were Democrats. So without the Democrats, we would not have gotten the files we just got recently. We would not have. Let me see. No one will deny Trump's in the file. No. There's people in this chat denying he's in there. Democrats are all over the island list. Those are the pedos. Well, there's no island list that I've heard of. And I haven't heard of anybody yet who's been definitively on the Epstein Island. I don't think so. Democrats lied about January 6th about the economy, and then they tried to put Sleepy Joe back in charge. Yeah, they didn't lie about any of those things. No, he didn't. He did not. He did not. That's another thing you just made up. First time I saw that. He did not work with the Democrats. Yet you have told us what he is, therefore just Trump is in the files. You haven't told us what he is? Therefore? What the fuck, man? Kevin, you learn how to write. He was accused in there of forcing a 13-year-old girl to give him oral. He's in there for another accusation where a guy said his daughter was raped by Trump. The Katie Johnson thing is in there where he raped her at 13 years old. He's in there for a ton of shit. There's all kinds of stuff. I've been reading it on every show. What the fuck? Bill Gates got an STD, gave it to his wife, and wanted to dose her with medication. Yeah, it sounds like something like that. Sick fuck. It wasn't proven. It wasn't proven. Tell me where the credible source is. I'll look up the article right now. Tell me how I can find that, because that's not true. That's simply bullshit. That would be like worldwide news right now. Funny thing is, people think there's a good side and bad side. The business truth is you don't get to be part of it without being bad. Everybody, even like Bernie Sanders, for example, reading it on every show. Yeah, I have been. I've been reading the files on every show for like the last 3 or 4 shows at least, maybe 5. Bill Clinton is the worst of all of them. Why do you say that? Do you have proof of that? Or are you just saying it? Now, this is my job, fuckface. I can't be unemployed because I'm doing my job right now. Just like OJ, we know he did it, but we have no proof. No, there's proof. Get off the air, loser. We love Trump, and you're a loser just trying to make money in the mirror. We don't believe you. Quit talking shit about the president. No, I won't. Don't tell me what to do, fuckface. Whose wife gave an interview? What about Bill Clinton painting an address? Well, that's a Bill Clinton painting an address. I mean, like I could paint a picture of you if I saw you in a dress. Doesn't mean you were in one. It just means there's a painting of you now in a dress, because there's never been anybody who's come out and said, "Hey, I saw Bill Clinton in a dress," right? No. So it's just simply a painting. That's what it is. Isn't the first 19 mentions of Trump in the files about how much they can't control him? No. No. Also, where's the proof of the allegations against Trump? What do you mean proof of it? You admit there's allegations. Why does there have to be proof when you guys you'll throw a million different things at us with no proof and state them as fact? I mean, sometimes there's no proof of crimes. Now, I don't even know that there's none, but I'm saying, as far as what I know of that I haven't found proof for, that nobody else has, doesn't mean the crime wasn't committed. I could kill somebody today and you could see me do it. And when you report me for it, when you say, "Hey, FBI or local police, state police, I saw Chris kill somebody," they'll say, "Do you have proof?" And if you say no, well, then they'll just say, "Well, there's nothing we could do about it. It's unfounded," something like that. So people get convicted without rock solid proof every day in this country. And I'm not even saying he's going to even go, he's not going to get prosecuted for anything, I'm sure, but still. Why is anyone defending any man implicated? What has happened to America? Well, because Trump is their guy. Okay, Trump is their guy. Like, you'll notice people come in here and say Clinton's all over the files without mentioning that Trump is all over the files. I'll mention that they're both all over the files. He's their guy, man, and they're not turning on him. They're even in the smallest way, like admitting that he's all over the files. They won't do it. You think Trump would have released those files if he was guilty of anything? Well, you're saying it as if Trump voluntarily did it. First of all, the DOJ released the files, and there was no choice. Trump tried everything he could to cover them up. He tried to threaten Republicans not to sign the discharge petition. He tried to threaten the Senate Republicans not to vote for the bill and all that shit. And the Republicans told him, "No, we're not going to do that, because we're going to be on record. And if we vote against releasing the Epstein files, we're fucked. Our political futures are fucked." So they had to pass a law, because Trump wouldn't release them. They had to pass a law called the Epstein Files Transparency Act. And that's why what was released, only because there was a law that gave the DOJ no choice. And by the way, there's 3 million files left that they said they're not going to release. So that's 3 million files we're not going to see, even though it's the law. And that's just the way it goes. Trump didn't just release these files. Trump had no fucking choice. He could have released them any day since July of 2025, and he refused to. So they had to get that discharge petition in place and get those signatures. They had to force a vote on it. And that's it. You know what I mean? Trump didn't release the files. He didn't say, "Okay, guys, I'm going to release the files." No. They had no choice. How am I a walking contradiction? Tell me how, Mad Dog. Why didn't he veto it if he was guilty? There's not a majority to override his veto. So it was his choice to not veto, his choice to let it pass. Well, there was a majority to veto it, to override his veto, I'm sure. And because he had no choice. It's very simple. He's the guy who's being accused of being in the files. Everybody's been accusing him for years. Okay. So the Republicans in the House said, "No, we're voting for it." The Republicans in the Senate said, "We're voting for it." Then it gets to his desk. He's got two choices. Say, "I'm not voting for it," and make it 100% clear that he's guilty of something, or just vote for it and then sign it. I'm sorry. And then do everything in your power to delay and the release of the file so you could redact your name out of it as much as possible. And that's what's happening now. They started redacting his name in May of 2025. They assigned 1,000 FBI agents to it. And now, even though they released these files, all the files with Trump's name in there for doing something wrong are being deleted from the DOJ website. Luckily, we already have them, but they're deleting them. They've deleted 300 files or something pertaining only to Trump in the last few days. Great news is stating Biden has kept or has been in the. Wait a minute. Green news is stating Biden has been named in the files. That's why they kept it hidden during his presidency. Yeah, well, I don't know who Green News is, but no, he hasn't. And if he has, it's just because he's president or something. He hasn't been named for doing anything wrong. Now, this guy said I'm a walking contradiction, and I'm going to ask him how, and like I just did, and he's not going to answer. You're cool, bro, but regurgitating same show. But, bro, how about you fuck off, Juan? Because you know goddamn well, no matter what I come on here and try to talk about, it turns into the same conversation. Do you want me to change the answers I give? If I'm telling the truth, what do I do? Not repeat the answers? I have no choice. I'm being asked the same question. So if you don't like it, Juan, fuck off and don't come back. Fucking baby. Bitch. I'm getting dumber because of you. Well, at least you admit you're already dumb. The smart thing to have said was, I'm getting dumb because of you. But you said you're getting dumber. So, Jess, $2 PDF supporters should have rights. Jess, shut up. Thank you very much for the $2. But what? Was Diddy on the island? No, not that we know of. There's no proof that anyone was on the island. As far as I know from what's been released, there's no proof Trump was on the island. There's no proof Clinton was on the island. And there might be some people that aren't being talked about. I mean, there were people there, but how about you put your hands on me? You're a dude, right, Kenny? You want me to put my hands on you? Yeah, Kenny's gay, guys. It's no big deal, though. We're inclusive over here. We don't care about that. But I just wanted to point out. That was supposed to say shouldn't. Oh, okay, Jess. I was like, what are you saying? Shouldn't. Yeah, have rights. I agree with you. You're pathetic. YOUR. Obama pizza party. Yeah, that was you think that there's still a pedo ring being run out of the basement of a pizza parlor, correct? And when I ask you for proof of that, you're not going to be able to show any. But when I tell you Epstein's all over the files, you're going to say, show me proof, which I can show you proof he's all over the files. Now, name some of it, Star Chaser, because there is no proof he was on the island. Literally zero, even after this tranche of files has been dumped. I know, Josh Holland, I really should. He was already releasing the files and had been before that even happened. No, he wasn't. Guys, the whole world saw it play out. The whole world. Donald Trump, they came out and told you guys in June there are no files. Remember that? They told you there are no files. There is no list, even though Pam Bondi in February said the list is on my desk. So how is he trying to release the files? Because immediately after they said that, the Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna, they authored this discharge petition to force a vote on the House floor. Okay. And they needed that because Trump wouldn't release the files. He just got done telling you there is no files. And then he told you it was a Democrat hoax, which would make no sense because what did the Democrats put themselves in the files? And they put Trump in there too, but they chose not to use them. We won't use them in 2016. We won't use them in 2020. We won't use them in 2025 either, but for some reason, we created this hoax that we never plan on using. So he did everything in his power to stop the files from being released. It didn't work. A law was passed. That's just the way it is. And he tried to threaten Marjorie Taylor Greene. He called it a hostile act when she said she's signing the discharge petition. And he called Lauren Boebert into a secret meeting and begged her to take her name off the petition. Yeah. Yeah, Trump is the one that promised releasing the Epstein files, not Democrats. Exactly. It's another part of it. It's you only believe in democracy when your side wins. You don't believe in democracy. Oh, bullshit. We're the only side that I don't know if you're saying that to me or if you're saying that to them, but the left believes in democracy. That literally, it's the right that is still denying a free and fair election that took place 6 years ago. I mean, they don't believe in democracy. They tried to overturn a free and fair election. They tried to overthrow the government so their guy could stay in power. The MAGA morons will defend him no matter what, even if there was a clear video of him doing the things he did. I know. Doesn't matter, what they see. Support Melania and her anchor baby. Yeah, I'm with you. Don't call me your guy. I'm not your boyfriend, Av. Don't call me your guy. Oof. Gives me douche chills. Democrats had 4 years to doctor everything. CIA would flood any UFO videos with fake ones. All right. UFO videos. Okay. Samuel McCandless, $2. We live in a republic. Oh, God, please. And a democratic republic. That's what we live in. Literally, you have no arguments because you can't produce facts. I could produce the accusations against Trump. You'll just say, in your opinion, that they're all bullshit. That's all. And I'll say, in my opinion, they're not bullshit. So, and we've shown you facts. We've shown you things Trump has done that are very pedo-like, and you just deny them. You'll lie and say it's an AI video, or I've shown you things he said with his own words, and you could see him saying them, and you just deny that. So, yeah, the left is sure. Yeah. Deport Melania and her Epstein visa, not Einstein visa. Survive 2025. That's beautiful. Let's not forget there's nothing bad about Trump in those documents. I don't know if they're trolling or if they believe this or if they just heard this or what. There's nothing bad about Trump in the documents. I don't know, guys. Should I read them again? I don't know. You tell me. I'm so exhausted. I read the files too. Now I know everything. Okay, Roger. So allegations is the only thing that makes a person guilty. No. But when there's smoke, there's fire. And if you've been accused of something enough times, you're guilty of it. Believe me. Okay. And he's been accused 28 times before we saw the files of sexual assault since the 1970s, not since he ran for president. He's talked about fucking his own daughter, or wanting to fuck his own daughter. I'm sorry. He's said he looked at a 10-year-old girl, said I'll be dating her in 10 years. He bragged on Howard Stern about walking in on naked 15-year-olds because he was the owner of the pageant and he could. There's tons of proof he's a pedo. You just don't see it as proof. So. CKN New Jersey, $2. Keep spreading the truth, Chris. Thank you, brother. I will. Thank you very much for your support. So is Clinton. So is Obama. So is Biden. No, they're not. So is Tom Hanks. No, he's not. So is that scumbag William. I don't know who's William exactly. So is hundreds of other Hollywood scum. Yeah, but you can't seem to name them by name, right? And the three names you did mention, they're not in the files for anything nefarious. So, I know. Isn't it amazing? They'll say to this day the 2020 election was rigged. No proof whatsoever. They'll say Fauci killed millions of people. No proof whatsoever. They'll say Joe Biden's a pedo. No proof whatsoever. They'll come in here and say I'm a pedo. They don't even know my name. They don't even know who I am. No proof whatsoever. But when it comes to Trump raping kids, where's the proof? God damn it. If you ain't got proof, it don't mean shit. It's like, oh, okay, I see. So you're a hypocrite. All right. Do Democrats try to twist everything you tried to say? The media told me to love Trump, but actually the media is trying to tell everyone to hate Trump. No, they're not. People hate Trump because Trump is hateable. And the media you watch is not trying to tell you to hate Trump. The media you watch is Trump news. It's fucking Fox. Dumb dude. Bill is a creep. You're fickin' dumb. By Bill, do you mean Clinton? Because Clinton is confirmed and all. Yeah, Clinton's all over the file, just like Trump. Yes. And there's as much proof against Clinton as there is against Trump. So if you guys are gonna say that Clinton is all over the files, you can't leave out that so is Trump. Because I've said it on the show 50 times in the last 29 minutes. They're both in the files, and Bill is accused right alongside of Trump in some of the same crimes. All 7 swing states doesn't mean anything. He won by 2 million votes. Biden beat him by 7 million votes. Really no big deal. How the fuck are the Clintons not in the files? Okay, like I said, Bill Clinton is. I don't know what you expect Hillary to be in there for, but Bill Clinton is. No, there's no proof of that whatsoever. If there was, Trump would still be. Well, matter of fact, Trump is still trying to do something about it. Now he's raiding election offices so he can get, people's information so he could rig the midterms. But there is no proof that the 2020 election was rigged. Otherwise, something would have been done about it. 60-something federal judges said, nope, nothing was rigged. Trump hired a firm to find fraud. They said, nope, there's no fraud. Mike Lindell lost everything, putting millions of dollars into finding fraud. He found nothing. There's nothing. It wasn't rigged. You guys think illegals can vote, so that's how much you know. What, Colonel Quayle? So basically the same thing you're doing right now. No, I don't, Marty. I'm not doing anything you guys are doing. Believe me. Are you retarded? You must be retarded. No, I'm not. Hillary and Bill played hide and seek with kids. Again, no proof. Bill finds you. He gets, that's disgusting. This guy with pedophilia on his mind, like the actual acts. That's what he's thinking about. They blindly worship him. Where's Jason at? Where's my man Jason? I didn't even see him in here. Oh, what's up, Jason? Yeah. That's an actual landslide. They don't know. They just listen to him say it's a landslide, and then they say it's a landslide. I mean, they don't know. They think because he won all the swing states, it's a landslide. It's not. It's not a landslide. 2 million votes, guys. Clinton isn't our president. Trump is. They don't care. They don't understand why we talk about Trump. We should be talking about a guy who was president 27 years ago. Yeah, not Trump, not the current guy. I literally know a dude who got 3 million end ballots, and one of them was for a dead person, and another one with someone who didn't live with him anymore. Let me get this straight. You got a friend of yours got 3 million ballots. Why did 3 million ballots end up in the hands of your friend? And what you're telling me basically is that in that 3 million ballots, there might have been 2 phony ones, which probably weren't. You're just saying that. But even if you were, so you're saying 2 out of 3 million votes. Okay. This is why we say there was no outcome determinative fraud in the 2020 election whatsoever. 62 lost courts, multiple Republican recounts found more votes for Biden, and on and on. I know that the recounts didn't work in their favor. If they mention Democrats, you need proof, but anything about Trump is true. No. Guys, if you've been, say what you will, if you've been accused of some shit enough times, I've seen you do creepy pedo shit with my own fucking eyes, then that's it. I get to form my opinion, and my opinion is that he's guilty. And you'll just say he's not, except I base my opinion on things. You base your opinion on the fact that you don't want him to be guilty. Okay? That's it. I don't want him to be guilty. I just want to know if he is. And as far as I'm concerned, he is. I've seen him look at a 10-year-old girl and say, I'll be dating her in 10 years. That means you were attracted to a 10-year-old girl. That means you're a pedophile, period. That's it. I heard him speculating about how big his 4-year-old daughter's tits are going to be when she grows up. You're a pedophile. I've heard him speak about his own daughter like he wants to fuck her on numerous occasions. And so have all of you. Except you guys say, it's just Donald. I say, oh, that's a pedo who's into incest. Yeah. Yeah, sure. And even if they did, if they had videos of Trump committing the crimes, you'd still say it's not proof. You would say it's fake, or it was doctored, or it's AI or something. Oh, no, I do. You're sick. Yeah, it's YOU_RE, Soda Pop. Guys, do me a favor. Hit the like button and subscribe. I've been forgetting this entire show to ask you to do that, and I mean it. if you're on the good guy's side, hit the like button. It's very important. These fucktards every show will be like, oh, look, you only got X amount of likes. So just to piss them off, if for no other reason, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I do these shows every day. As you can see, sometimes they wear me down, having the same arguments with the same dummies. But please hit the like and subscribe. And if you can, maybe send a super chat or something like that. That would be great. You are insane, just a Trump hater, delusional. No, nope. No, it did. Okay, Josh Harris. So I'm going to use your logic against you. So in other words, what you're saying is that it was Democrats. It was like Antifa, so to speak, who committed the or who engaged in riots on January 6th. Then, by your own logic, you're telling me that Trump pardoned Antifa. You think Trump would pardon Antifa? Or Democrats in general? So you think it was first of all, it wasn't proven to be fake. That's another thing. No proof that it was fake. They just say it was fake. So they don't need proof for anything they say. But when you say something about their guy, you better have proof to back it up. It's because I'm doing vertical live streams. I don't get these on horizontal live streams. Vertical live streams, you're in that feed, that live feed, and in the shorts feed. So that's how you get them. Pretty much simple as that. Do you think there's more than two genders? Me personally, no, I do not. You literally have no fucking argument on anything. Yes, I do. I could debate you into the ground, bro. What do you mean? You guys would never debate me in a million years. You get slaughtered. Every time somebody calls in to debate me, they get demolished. You guys don't know anything. I know a lot more than any of you. What did that say? I don't know. I guess Soy 2 Padre is trying to say, I buy views or something, even though you could see the chat flying, filled with people you've never seen before. But what a surprise. I spelt this wrong. New member. Hey, thank you for becoming a new member. I truly appreciate that. It's not a debate if there isn't a moderator. Yes, there is. You don't know what a debate is. You don't need a moderator. You don't need a moderator. What facts do you have to prove sex and gender are different? I'm not even going to have the conversation. I told you how I feel about it. Please talk to Josh Harris. He's so insane. Who's Josh Harris? All you do is talk because you have a fucking low blood sugar? Man, like the exact amount of exercise corresponds to amount of facts checking you do. Everything that you say can, I'm not fat, right, Josh? Like, do you think I'm a big fat guy or something? I'm not a fat guy, right? I mean, like, that's my belly. I'm not fat, right? I got a chubby face. I'm 46 fucking years old. Plus, I take medication that unfortunately causes that. But I'm not a fat guy, so good try, Josh, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out. Democrats cannot actually fucking be the stupid, can't wait. Oh, wait, let me guess. They want to do same thing as Hitler want to do, take away guns since the opposition kill babies with abortion. Josh, would you call in right now if I gave you a number? Just Josh. I want to debate Josh specifically. Would you call in right now if I gave you the number? Now he wants to see me shirtless. What a surprise. Another gay guy. There's so many of you are fucking closeted. It's bizarre. No, you can't. No, you haven't, because everything I've said is correct. Now the question is, will you call in and debate me right now, Josh? Yo, what's funny is that when you start going through the documents or research it, no one's found anything on Trump because he's innocent. Yeah, sure. You want a debate or what? I notice you're totally ignoring my question about debating. There's nothing bad about Trump in the documents. Doesn't matter if his name is in there. Yes, there is. Do you want to call in and debate, Josh? Yeah, that was Pam Bondi that said that. Oh no, she said hate speech isn't free speech. Who are you referring to? Because all the... Let me see. Yeah, like you guys only thought about Biden for years. I know we're crazy thinking about Trump, right? You guys didn't wear like fuck Joe Biden shirts and come up with stupid chants like let's go Brandon and bitch and moan about the guy every second of every day. Don't call him. He will defect. Do you mean deflect, stupid? And try. No. You're scared to debate me like he is. Josh, you're not going to call and debate, are you? You're not going to do it, are you? You'll talk shit in the chat all day. You make all kinds of insults and shit, but you won't call in and debate. What a surprise. Josh Harris is a big pussy. What a surprise. I don't blame him, though. If I was him, I wouldn't debate me either. I'll fucking annihilate him. Look, it's like he disappeared from the chat. Where did Josh go? I don't see Josh anymore. Josh, what happened? Yeah, you're not being lied to about Trump's mental state right now, just out of curiosity? No, it wasn't. I could give you the numbers and stuff. And Joe Biden's administration, first of all, in general, was 1,000 times better than this one. And secondly, everything under Biden was better. At first, he had to deal with inflation from COVID and stuff, but he brought that down. He brought Trump's abysmal unemployment rate down. He basically fixed the economy. It was the envy of the world. The Wall Street Journal, I posted it in my community post. You can go look. They said in October of 2024, whoever wins the election inherits an amazing economy. So, yeah. And now Trump has destroyed it again. Now we have the highest unemployment rate now since 2021, since COVID. Josh, you going to call in or what? Listen, guys, if I didn't invite you to call, do not call. I will dox the living shit out of you all over YouTube. I swear to God, don't fuck with me. I'm telling you. Don't piss me off. Jason, tell them. Should they piss me off? Do they want to give me their phone number and then piss me off? Considering with that, I could find out their entire fucking family's life stories in about 5 minutes. Yeah, I know he did. He ran away like a little bitch. Of course he did. Josh got horned up seeing your tummy and had to tug one out. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to read. Wait. What? Biden's economy was trash. Now I know we can't trust anything you say. Okay, just tell me what was trash about it. Give me some numbers and stuff, Cat. Go ahead. I'll wait for you. I'll look for your comments. Go ahead. Biden got to sit in what Trump did and takes credit for stuff he doesn't even remember. First of all, Trump is no worse off mentally or no better off mentally than Joe Biden was. Trump is as demented as they come. I could show you tons of clips of him putting out ridiculous numbers, like 300 million people died in 2024 of drug overdoses, and mumbling in his office, calling Jerome Powell a deadhead fed hair, and him talking about meeting the president of Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands when he is the president of Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. You know what I mean? I could show you videos of him answering a question he wasn't even asked and rambling for 2 minutes straight about everything but the answer to the question. And Biden, when Biden took office, the economy was destroyed. The economy was destroyed. We had a 6.6% unemployment rate. Trump fucked everything up with COVID. You forget? Yeah. It's not true. It's not a lie. Go look it up. Yeah. If people disrespect me by calling my phone when I didn't invite them to call my phone, I will. I'll fuck you all up. Don't play with me. I'm not the one. I'm not some liberal fucking asshole, who sits here and he tries to be nice with everybody and be liked. I don't care about you people. Don't fuck with me. If you disrespect me, I'll disrespect you back. I didn't lose anything. What do you mean, Brian? Just like you didn't win anything, I didn't lose anything. I wasn't running against Trump. Kamala Harris was. I still don't know that he wasn't. A lot of the shit you guys saw is he was way too old to be president as far as that. Yeah, no doubt about it. And he was losing his mind. But you guys say flat out that he has dementia, even though neurologists said he doesn't have dementia. You know what I mean? And when I show you stuff that are clear signs of Trump having dementia, you say, no, he doesn't have dementia.
Okay, please, in the back.
Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected time frame that detainees will spend here, days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration judges you just spoke about being trained and staffed here?
When you say, what was the first part of your question?
Is there a specific time frame you expect the detainees to spend here? Days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at Alligator Alcatraz.
I'm going to spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great people. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long time. I feel very comfortable in the state. I'll spend a lot of time here. I want to, for 4 years, I've got to be in Washington, and I'm okay with it because I love the White House. I even fix up the little Oval Office. I make it, it's like a diamond. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It wasn't maintained properly, I will tell you that. But even when it wasn't, it was still the Oval Office, so it meant a lot. But I'll spend as much time as I can here. My vacation is generally here because it's convenient. I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right? But we have a lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor to Florida, pay a lot of tax. And a lot of people move from New York, and I don't know what New York is going to do. A lot of people moved to Florida from New York, and it was for a lot of reasons, but one of them was taxes. The taxes are so high in New York, they're leaving. I don't know what New York's going to do about that, because some of the biggest, wealthiest people and some of the people that pay the most taxes of any people anywhere in the world, for that matter, they're moving to Florida and other places. So we're going to have to help some of these states out, I think. But thank you very much. I'll be here as much as I can.
Yeah, anybody in their right mind sees that and they're going to say, oh, my God, he's got dementia. There's no question about it. If Joe Biden would have done what he just did, you'd be losing your fucking minds. Yeah, so what the fuck is he saying? Nobody knows. He veered off into like 10 different talking points, and he never even, I guess, heard or understood the question. She asked it twice in a completely silent room, and he answered a totally different question. She said, how long are the detainees going to be held here in Florida? And he said, I'll be here in Florida. It's my home. And oh my God, New York, what about the taxes? I have a nice little cottage and I fix up the little Oval Office. The way he said that, I mean, Jesus Christ, guys, the fuck? I love showing that clip, even though I am so tired of it. You see that, Kramer? What the fuck is wrong with him? MAGA's going to say that's AI. They can say whatever they want. Yeah, that's not what happened there, obviously. That's not what happened there. And they never messed with his sounds. That's just when he can't answer a question or something. He says, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What'd you say? Yeah. If you find Christ, you find Christ. Yeah, nobody's looking for him. He's not there, believe me. Stop looking for him. You're not tough. Okay, Darth Vader, you're super tough, though, I'm sure. Dude was legit shot in the ear, bro. No, he wasn't. He got scratched by glass at the most. He doesn't have a mark on his ear. Cartilage doesn't grow back. You get shot in the ear, you're missing part of your ear. That's it. That's all there is to it. Bro, hello? Hello? Yeah.
Hey, who's this?
It's the guy you called, fuckface. Can you tell me why you're calling me?
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we on live right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you mad?
I don't like people call. I didn't invite you to call me. Who the fuck do you think you are, bro?
A guy that wants to debate you?
Yeah, and did you say anything in the chat, or you just decided I'll start calling his phone whenever I want?
No, I mean, there's a lot of people that have seen me on live the last 2 days trying to talk to you.
But yeah, but did I invite you to?
If that makes me mad for some reason, I can hang up right now. We don't even have to talk.
I don't give a fuck what you do.
I don't need your negativity.
You're a Trump supporter, right? You're one of the most negative people on planet Earth.
I'm not a Trump supporter.
So what's up? What do you want to talk about?
Are you going to let me talk if I talk for a second?
Yeah, go ahead. Guys, do me a
Something
favor.
that you're not going to like flip out on or whatever.
No, just hold on
okay.
hold on one sec. Guys, do me a favor. Please
Oh,
hit
boy.
the like and subscribe. It's very, very important. Very, very important. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, homie. All right. Here's what I got for you.
Yeah.
About once every 25 years
Mm-hmm.
in the U.S., we have some sort of, what would you call it, a catastrophe? The 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you call it a catastrophe that at about 24 years prior to that, the Gulf of Tonkin happened, getting us further involved into the Vietnam War?
I already see this going to a bad place. You're bringing up false flags and stuff. I know. Go ahead.
What do you think about Epstein versus Venezuela?
What do you mean?
Venezuela kind of seems to be like maybe like like one of those Iraq second version, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was wondering what your opinion was on that. Like, what you think about that?
No, I agree with you that Trump even used the words. He said fentanyl is a weapon of mass destruction, and he's trying to convince people that we get fentanyl from Venezuela when we get like less than 1%.
Right,
yeah.
Right, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm probably going to be kind of boring, except for the fact that I like to talk about. I don't think they're conspiracy theories, bro. I think these are like legitimately set up to get us into whatever we need to do. I mean, they're just making shit up now. I mean, Gulf of Tonkin is no different than drug boats. I mean, it's the Gulf of Tonkin was just 2 to 3 bullet holes in 3 ships.
Yeah,
that's what ignited it. But anyways,
no, listen, I agree with you. I'm sorry I flipped out on you in the beginning. It's just that I give out this number, and then when I'm laying down with my wife, people are blowing up my phone and shit. It's like, bro, what the fuck? But it's all good. It's all good. No,
I get it. You just like you pissed me off yesterday when you threw my number out there, and I was like, man, don't do that.
Well, you wouldn't stop breaking my balls, bro. My apologies, seriously, no. But I agree with you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No, I mean, let's make up. Let's get over it. We're cool, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So the really only thing I wanted to talk about is that we keep leading ourselves into these manufactured crises.
Yeah.
And the latest one is Venezuela. It's actually probably going to be Iran, because if you look at the map, you can see Afghanistan on one side, you can see Iraq on the other, smack dab in the middle of that, you got your Iran. So
yeah,
we're not doing too good, brother. I just wish we could all like find a way to.
Well, the problem is a lot of these people.
Donnie fans, like without, like I'm in St. Louis, for instance. So like, I would love a Mom Donnie type to come here and say, like my girlfriend's kids can go, get their, just not. We don't have to pay so much for them for babysitting and certain obligations. Not babysitting, but I'm talking about actual work. Because we both work, and then the kids need to do something afterwards. So we're just
Well, listen, I got to get going just because when we agree on shit, people leave. So, but it's nice talking to you, bro.
God damn it! Wait, hold on a second.
What?
Can I throw out some hatred to George W. Bush while I'm at it?
Real quickly, hurry.
Okay, George Bush did indeed cause 9/11. I don't know.
Whoa. It's YouTube, bro. I'll get taken down. You can't say that.
I'm sorry.
All right, bye. Jesus Christ. Fucking 54-minute mark. Go back and edit that out. Let me see. Somebody said, well, I'm going to read some of the Epstein files in a minute. Just give me a second. Ear cartilage does not grow back. Trump never got shot in the ear. It was staged. I don't think it was staged. I'll tell you why I don't think it was staged, because somebody died. And you would have to take the leap of believing, wow, they sacrificed a kid, a 20-year-old kid, a firefighter, and other people that got injured just to stage it. I don't believe it was staged, but he didn't get shot. When you get shot in the ear, something happens to your ear. You understand? And by the way, I lost 100 and something people. I was on the phone. That's why I do that. It only works when we're arguing. People don't want to hear people agreeing. But that's all there is to it. I mean, if Biden said he got shot in the ear and he didn't have a mark on it, you guys would be saying he didn't get shot in the ear, rightfully so. And that's what we're saying about Trump. He did not get shot in the ear. I don't care what anybody says. I've seen people get shot. Okay. Even in the ear, you're gonna have a hole in your fucking ear, which, by the way, is probably gonna go through your fucking head. Or if it does just graze his fucking ear, there's gonna be something. Most likely what happened, and this is what they were saying. If you notice, the FBI said there was no proof he got shot in the ear. Then he threw a fit and they said, fine, you got shot in the ear. But the first assumption by the FBI and everybody else is that most likely a piece of glass from the teleprompter hit him in the ear and scratched him. And he walked around with a ridiculous, gigantic, idiotic fucking Band-Aid on his ear, looking like a douchebag. Bandage, I'm sorry. And everybody made fun of him, and rightfully so, because look at him. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Those 100 people was a chatbot mass hitting you. Oh, who knows? Obama gave life support to the Venezuelan Chavez government several times during the collapse. Energetic. All right, yeah. MAGA is so easy to lie to. Why do we bother giving them the truth? I don't lie about anybody. I won't lie about Donald Trump. As much as I hate him, I won't. But let me read some of these files for you. Just bear with me. I'm going to try to find one of the parts I haven't read yet because I'm getting tired of reading the same old shit. But he's all over the files, like I said. He's all over the files. There's no question about that, whether you want there to be or not. Sorry, there just isn't. So let's do this. Guys, let me ask you something. Quick question. If I wanted to play the old games like Gun and the GTA games that I used to play on PlayStation 2, should I go out and get a used, like refurbished PlayStation 2, or should I just buy a fucking PlayStation 5? What do you think? All right, now let me get to these files. I need your opinions, honestly. I don't want to play with people. I don't want to be online. I don't like people. I know you know this how. Know what how, Tommy Nesbitt? Mention what he did according to the files. Yeah, I'm gonna. Not necessarily. If there's no proof, then no, he wouldn't be arrested for. You know, it's pretty hard, right? Unless a woman went and got a rape kit or something like that. What proof is there going to be if something happened 35 years ago or something? What proof? Anyway, let me get to this because you're not answering me. Yeah, well, I called GameStop. They got one for like $160. I don't know if I want to go buy that or if I just want to get a PS5. Speaking of which, money, guys, do me a favor and please send super chats if you can. It's very important. I say that because it's the only way these shows can keep going and I can keep doing them. I got to make a living on here. So if you could, please do so. And definitely hit the like and subscribe because I've forgotten throughout this whole show. So I would like it if a whole bunch of you right now would like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. It really, really would. All right, I don't think I read this one yet. Complainant following up after a call with NYPD officer regarding her previous tip, reporting that she was forced to perform sex acts when she was 13 years old and pregnant in 1984. Complainant also reported that there were high-profile individuals involved in her sex trafficking and the murder and disposal of her newborn daughter. Complainant reported Donald Trump participated regularly in paying money to force her to perform sex acts with him and alleged Trump was present when her uncle murdered her newborn child. Okay, I did read that one. Let me see if there's one I haven't read. I might have to read the same ones over and over. Maybe I have read them all. All right, then I'll just have to read them again. So after that, it says, caller was taken by boat to Epstein's Island. Caller said it was complicated and involved Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Caller became a school counselor and had a meeting with the school principal, Linda Kitts, and a police officer where the caller was informed that there were pictures of herself with Epstein. Caller reported the school was mad at her for not being a Trump person and that the school wanted her to testify and say things against Andrew Cuomo. The FBI and Donald Trump were on the phone during the meeting. Caller believes the FBI has baby pictures of her with Epstein. How fucking Trump is that? How Trump is that? You know what I mean? To be like, no, don't worry about me. I want you to say shit about Andrew Cuomo. That's so fucking him. You think Bob Smith, PS5? Yeah, I think I will. PS5 for sure. I appreciate you guys helping me out with this because I don't know. You know what I mean? I would ask my stepson, but he's obviously going to say a PS5 because he never played the old games. You know, he's only 13. But I got a gaming computer. Well, here's the fucked up part. You want to know what I have? I got an Alienware Area 51, the 18-inch. That's what I'm on right now. Gaming computer, great one. And I don't want to play games on the fucking computer. I don't. So I'll probably just go get the PS5. I probably will. The left and right can't really talk about the Epstein files much since both sides are equally. Also, I heard Zoran Mamdani went to the island. No, you didn't. What you heard is that Zoran Mamdani's mom was in the files and probably just her name was mentioned for some reason. It's just like, I'll be the first to tell you, Trump is in the files. What is it, 30-something thousand times? But the majority of the times he's in the files, it's not for anything bad. It's just they're mentioning an article he was in, or the fact that obviously he was president, so he's mentioned a lot, or one time they were talking about his lawyer, so he was mentioned. But there's a lot of bad shit in there too. A lot of bad shit. Let's see. Caller reported that in 1987, a friend, Victim 1, was out drinking and ended up at Trump Plaza. Victim 1 saw Donald Trump and wanted to meet him. An unknown man approached her and offered to introduce her to Trump. The unknown man gave Victim 1 a drink, and Victim 1 woke up naked and sore with $300 on the bed. Victim 1 didn't remember how she got in the room. She remembered seeing a flash of Trump's face. Victim 1 called the caller and told her she thought she had been raped. Victim 1 did not go to a hospital to have a grape kit performed because she didn't think anyone would believe her, especially because she was drunk. Victim 1's husband's business had problems with suppliers, and Victim 1 believed Trump was behind it. Victim 1 also started dating a lawyer, identifiers unknown, who was married. Victim 1 had a fight with her lawyer boyfriend and went to a bar. Victim 1 left with a man who no one in the bar recognized, but who seemed familiar with Victim 1. Victim 1 was never seen again. A few years ago, remains were discovered that matched the description of what Victim 1 was wearing and when she went missing. I'm sorry. In 2004 and 2005, Sir Ivan Viltzig hosted a party where Jeffrey Epstein, Sammy Sosa, and Donald Trump were in attendance. Patti LaBelle's PR agent stood at the door. At the party, caller met an individual who was approximately 18 to 23 years of age, who was brought from Oklahoma for a modeling job, but then sold to a man in France. Several women were being auctioned, and a woman possibly known as Colette was the madam. A couple of years later, callers saw Colette at the Cheetah Club in New York, and she told one of her, it's redacted, friends that Jamie Foxx was interested in spending a night with her and that he could pay her a lot of money. Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago called Calendar Girls. Now, this is probably the worst part. Okay. Jeffrey Epstein would bring, let me read it again. Donald Trump, the president, had parties called Calendar Girls. Jeffrey Epstein would bring the children in, and Trump would auction them off. He measured the children's vulva and vaginas by entering a finger and rated the children on tightness. The guests were elder men and included Elon Musk, Don Jr. Trump, Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump were there. Attorney Alan Dershowitz was also there with attorney Bob Shapiro. We were taken in rooms, forced to give oral sex to Donald Trump, forced to allow them to penetrate us. I was 13 years old when Donald Trump raped me. Ghislaine Maxwell was also present. So now, see that right away, that's what they do. Now, if that was said about Biden, the guy would be like, yeah, no, Biden's definitely guilty. Yeah, but because it's Trump, LOL, what fucking bullshit. It's a pretty elaborate story for something that's completely made up, right? Yeah. The original date of the report, I don't think it says. Let me see. Oh, fuck me. I just lost it. Hold on. Caller 1. Caller was taken to Epstein's Island. Caller reported. Okay. All this says is tactical specialist, staff operations specialist, ID 13C20 Child Exploitation and Human Trafficking Task Force, FBI New York Field Office, from redacted, sent Wednesday, August 6, 2025, 1:48 p.m. This is why I sent Whitney with names. Motherfucker. What does that say? This is why I sent Whitney with names of Trump accusers from NTOC. So that's probably not when she accused them. That's when this email was sent to Child Exploitation and Human Trafficking Task Force, I'm assuming. Oh, wait, the evidence isn't good enough. What are you saying, Marty? You talking to them? All the stuff he talks about is fake. He just got TDS. Well, listen, this is why you won't be taken seriously saying that. You guys read Ashley Biden saying showers that were not appropriate or probably not appropriate. She didn't even say not appropriate or inappropriate. She said probably not appropriate. And as far as you're concerned, Joe Biden is a pedophile, period. No other proof whatsoever. The stupid sniffing baby video was debunked. But you guys believe he's a pedo because that's what you want to believe. You don't believe Trump is a pedo because you don't want to believe Trump is a pedo. You don't care what we show you. You don't care. You'll read these. Now, you moved the goalpost, too, because in the beginning of the show, all of you were saying I'm wrong. He's not even in the Epstein files for anything bad. Now I'm reading you what he's in there for, and you're saying, well, yeah, he's in the Epstein files, but he's, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If I showed you a video of him doing these things, you would say it's AI or something. You would just, you're brainwashed people. You're brainwashed people. You're the lowest intelligence voters in America, and you just see what you want to see and hear what you want to hear. So you refuse to acknowledge anything's real if it doesn't fit your narrative. And we know that about you. That's why when I read these files, I'm reading them to everybody. I ain't worried about you guys. You know what I mean? There's no convincing you. I don't think either of them are pedos. Well, let me ask you something. When you see stuff like this, does it give you pause? Does it make you think, oh, well, there's no doubt Trump is up to some funky shit, some weird shit. No man would ever say things like this.
Charges that Jeffrey Epstein was running a sex trafficking ring in the early 2000s that included underage girls as young as 14 years old.
Donald Trump in 2002 said of Epstein, he's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side.
He routinely spoke fawningly of Jeffrey. He admired Epstein's lifestyle.
Your daughter, she's beautiful. Can I say this? A piece of it.
Yeah. She's actually always been very voluptuous.
What does Tiffany have of Marlon?
She's got Marlon's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this blood yet.
You were playing tennis and you came off the court. Quote, look at that piece of I would love some of that. It so happened that Trump was referring to Cohen's then 15-year-old daughter, Samantha.
I had the impression that he was interested in younger women and that, women would age out for him.
Miss Teen Universe? Yeah, that's like giving Jeffrey Dahmer a cooking show.
I'll go backstage before a show, and everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I standing there with no sweat.
Donald Trump is heard making questionable comments about a young girl.
You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
lawsuit against the presumptive GOP nominee alleges he raped a girl when she was 13 years old.
Prince Andrew answering questions for the first time about his friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't know Prince Andrew, but it's a tough story.
Trump has been photographed with Prince Andrew as far back as the year 2000.
Ghislaine Maxwell is accused of helping Epstein sexually abuse underage girls.
I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well.
You know about sexual predators and things like that. I mean,
you are one.
All right, I was going to say that, but it's true.
Now, it's not a hit piece. It's a compilation of all of those videos. I'm not talking about what people said about him. You ain't even got to worry about that. The stuff that he said, that they're just videos. That thing about the 10-year-old girl, that's on Entertainment Tonight. You could look it up right now on YouTube. Trump says he'll be dating a child in 10 years. Look it up. You'll see it. All that is a compilation that was put together, but all those clips are fully in context, and there's no way to really take them out of context. That's the stuff he's done and said about it. And that doesn't even, you don't even have the clips of The View in there where they asked Donald Trump, what do you have in common with your daughter? And he said, I was going to say sex. Why would you say sex? And by the way, what do you mean you were going to say? You just said it. And then when he said on The View, she's always had a very beautiful figure. I've said, if she wasn't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. So you could try to discredit the video. You have to. You have no choice. That's what brainwashed people do. But everything in that video is 100% Donald Trump. And this is another thing. Marty, she didn't say that. But believe me, she didn't say that. Donald Trump says that's what she said. And that's where you heard it from. And that's why we laugh at you guys. Because, Marty, if Joe Biden had that accusation and Joe Biden said, the woman said that rape is sexy, I would say, wait a minute. That doesn't sound right. Why would the woman say that if she's suing the guy for, so I would go look it up and then I'd find out, and that's what I did with this. And what she actually said is there's people out there that think rape is sexy in some way. And one of those people would be Donald Trump, by the way. That's what she said. She did not say, I think rape is sexy. You could Google it, grok that shit, chat GPT it right now and see what she actually said. She said, some people think rape is sexy in some way. That's what she said. And somebody else said E. Jean Carroll's a liar. That's just you saying it. They're obviously a jury of Trump's peers that were picked in part by his own lawyers. They found him guilty, and a lot of it was based on witness testimony, corroborating evidence, people that were friends with her then that swore under oath, they swore in the Bible under penalty of perjury that, yes, right after it happened, she came to me and told me all about the story. I've known about it for decades, So he's innocent because you like him, you love him, you're obsessed with him, you're infatuated with him. He's your guy. But if that same thing, if E. Jean Carroll had accused Biden and everything went the exact same way it did with Trump, you'd say, oh, Biden's definitely a rapist. No question about it. And we know that because we've seen it. One of these days, I got an idea what I'm going to do because people do this all the time. Like other podcasters and stuff. I've seen them. They go out to rallies and stuff. They'll go up to, they've even done it like on Jimmy Kimmel. They'll go out in the street and they'll talk to people and they'll say, what do you think about Joe Biden being accused of walking in on naked 15-year-olds at a beauty pageant? And they'll say, oh my God, he's sick. That man is perverted. They need to get him out of office immediately. And then the guy will say, oh, you know what? My bad. That was Trump that was accused of that. And they'll say, well, I'm sure he was joking. I'm sure, or I'm sure it's not true. It's a lie. There's no way it's true. He would never do. So, that's, you guys are full of shit. That's the bottom line. If I told you if I read you that accusation and I replaced Trump's name with Biden, any of those accusations I read you, you'd be like, that sick motherfucker. You should be executed. That's what you'd say. But with Trump, you're like, bullshit, not true. I don't believe it. Even though, that's not, Brian, don't say that because it makes you sound creepy and it makes me worry that you have a daughter. You don't compliment your daughter that way. I have a daughter who's 25. She's a beautiful girl. Never in a million years would I talk about her figure or talk about her in any way that, like, to say she's voluptuous, the definition of voluptuous is curvy and attractive. That means you're judging your daughter's body. And regardless of what age she is, that is not okay. Fathers do not say these things unless they want to fuck their daughters. They don't say these things. If somebody said, what do you have in common with your daughter? I'd say, well, we're both into the same types of movies, maybe, or, she has certain features of mine. What I would not say under any circumstances is the word sex. But that was his first answer. I was going to say sex. Yeah. Give me 1 second, guys. Do me a favor while I'm doing this. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important. Hold on. All right. Your daughter isn't my daughter. Can we see her? Funny guy. Yeah. He probably fucked his daughter, and that's Barron. Probably, or Don Jr. Try some facts, not slander. It's not slander. These are accusations that were made to the FBI. And if they were slander, Trump would be suing every one of them. You ever notice he doesn't sue anybody when it comes to the Epstein files? Elon Musk said he came out and he said, I'm going to drop a bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. Nothing. No lawsuit. The most litigious man in the world. He sues people over making jokes about him at award shows. He sues people for saying things that aren't even slander. Like the judge in the E. Jean Carroll case said being found civilly liable for sexual assault is equal to being found guilty of rape in a criminal court. It's not a criminal conviction, but it's the same as if he had gotten convicted in a criminal court. Okay. And then Stephanopoulos or whatever said that exact thing, and Trump sued him. And the only reason they settled is because there was a merger that they needed to go through. They needed Trump's approval. So they just said, fuck it, give him X amount of dollars. But George Stephanopoulos, ABC, CBS, whatever it was, they would have beat that case because the judge himself said it was rape. You know what I mean? I don't even know how I got on that, but yeah. He'll sue anybody over anything. And isn't it funny? The one thing he did sue about, right? Trump sued the Wall Street Journal because that birthday card where he was talking all that pedophile-like stuff to Epstein. First of all, that was proven to be a legit birthday card. He wrote that. Handwriting experts all agree. It was his signature. And for you to think it's fake, you'd have to think that in the year 2000, people thought Trump would be president some way. So therefore, they mastered his handwriting and then authored this very odd birthday card to Jeffrey Epstein, figured out a way to get it to him to make it seem like it definitely came from Donald Trump. And then they hung on to it for decades. The Epstein family and Jeffrey Epstein himself held on to it for decades, just in case Trump became president one day. No. Trump wrote that birthday card where he talks about enigmas, and he's talking about molesting children. That's what he's talking about. And he sued the Wall Street Journal, right? Why don't you check out what's going on with that lawsuit? The lawsuit's at a standstill because Trump didn't want to do a deposition. So they pushed back the deposition phase, and the lawsuit will be dropped because Trump cannot do a deposition about the Epstein files. He can't because he'll commit perjury. And that is not in the fucking duties of the presidency. So he's not immune to that. That's why he always avoids any kind of deposition that has to do with the Epstein files. And he always will. Yeah, look what Jeffrey Epstein said in the deposition. Isn't this funny?
3 and 4. We're scheduled to be at 4%, which is pretty amazing because we have
long video. Let's try this one.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
It's funny. He had no problem answering that, yes, he had a relationship with Donald Trump. But when it came to those underage girls, I'm going to have to plead the 5th. Yeah. Yeah. It's YOU_RE, Marty. All right, guys. I got to get going. I appreciate... I'm not giving him super chats. No. Who asked you, Dylan? I never asked for I'm going to stay on a few more minutes. I never asked for super chats from you guys. I don't want anything from you. And I mean it, honestly. To me, it might as well be blood money. I don't want money from MAGA people. I don't. I'm making that clear. It's the good guys I'm talking to, the people that are like-minded and know that what I'm saying is the truth and maybe want to support the show because I'm doing good work here, and I got to deal with you fucktards in order to make it happen. So I figure the good people might want to contribute. I'm not asking you for anything. Believe me. I pay my fair share of taxes and got no reason to care if they were leaked. Oh, you talking about Trump's taxes now? Yeah. Oh, that's mentioned in the Epstein files too. Epstein said to somebody, Trump cannot release his taxes. Yeah. Trump likely sexually abused his daughter. I would put my life on it. Yeah. Marty, I asked for super chats. No, I always say I'm talking to the good guys. I'm not talking to you guys. You think the good guys are the people that aren't MAGA. That's what I'm saying. I don't ask you guys for anything. I don't want anything from you. Who cares? Make your money and you need people disagree with you. Yeah, I know, but I won't ask you for anything. If people donate, they donate. I'm not going to give it back to you, but I'm not asking you for shit. When I say people do me a favor and contribute to the show, I'm talking to the good guys. You know what I mean? I am. Now, if that's the way you want to get your question through, that makes sense, but I'm not asking you for shit. Dylan says I'm dodging what question? Let me see. Answer my question. Okay, Dylan, where are you? Yo. All right. How long do I got to look for this question, Dylan? Just out of curiosity before you just, rewrite the shit. I'm not giving him no soup. Okay, well, fuck off. There you go. How long? You want me to hunt through the fucking chat for your fucking question? No, you could rewrite it right now or go fuck yourself. He isn't in the Epstein files. Yeah, you can't say that. I just read a bunch of accusations about him from the Epstein files. You could Google it right now as Donald Trump in the Epstein files, and you're going to find out he's in there tens of thousands of times. Oh, Jesus Christ. Marty, the dumbass, didn't hear him just say he doesn't want super chats. Yeah, I mean, if you want to send them, I'll take them, but I'm not asking you guys for anything. Not Trump supporters. I won't. They're fabricated. Of course they are. Is the stuff about Clinton in there fabricated? Just out of curiosity. Hey guys, MAGA people, let me ask you something. Is the stuff about Clinton in there fabricated? The stuff that there's no proof of? Go ahead. I'll wait for your answers. If the stuff about Clinton is fabricated, please put a 1 in the chat. I want to know if you think white privilege exists. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But it's not what you think it is. You guys don't understand anything. Like, for example, when people used to say Black Lives Matter, you were retarded. So you thought it meant only Black Lives Matter, when in reality, it actually meant Black lives also matter, in addition to all the other lives. Same thing with white privilege. You don't know what it means. What do you guys think white privilege is? I'll wait. Go ahead. Tell me. JGB, Australian 799. I will. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. All right. So tell me what you think it is. What's white privilege to you? That's funny because I think they're both guilty, Clinton and Trump. Yes, last, you could rewind the show like 20 minutes. There's numerous accusations of him raping young girls and forcing them to give him oral sex. It's all through the files, bro. I got fucking pages of it, bro. Everything in these files, let me show you something. Everything I'm about to show you, these are all accusations. They're straight off the Department of Justice website. There's one. Everything in yellow is an accusation of Trump raping a young girl. Okay, that's one. That's another one. That's another one. That's another one. And that's another one. Everything in yellow is accusations of Trump raping young girls and forcing them to perform oral. Let me see. I want to see what you guys say about white privilege. Well, kind of. I mean, you have a better opportunity if you're white. That's what it was first said to mean. I guess you could change the definition. Well, that's true. I mean, you're going to deny that, but that's not really. Let me tell you what white privilege is, and I could tell you personal stories of my own. And I don't even look white, and I've experienced it myself. All white privilege means, like, you guys think white privilege means you're privileged financially in some way, like you've had everything handed to you. That's not what it means, or that you have everything handed to you. That's not what it means. White privilege simply means you get the benefit of the doubt in American society. I'll give you an example. I was a drug dealer. Now, you could use that against me all you want. It was years and years ago, and I've gotten clean and sober, and I don't commit any crimes anymore. I simply support my family, okay? But a long time ago, I was a drug dealer, and I was selling coke to somebody on a street corner, okay? Now, we were kind of up a hill. There was a little, like, it was actually an alley, technically. And then down the hill, there was another cross street, right? So I was up there, and I was meeting some Puerto Rican dude, and I was selling him coke. A fucking cop passed me by. He looked right at me while I'm doing a hand-to-hand with this Puerto Rican guy. And he drove down the hill, stopped at the stop sign where this black kid was standing. He was probably 16. He had headphones on. Stared at him. He was on his radio. We're like, what the fuck is he doing? He hops out of the car, and he basically rushes the kid. What are you doing here? Give me your license or your ID. Who are you? Why are you standing on this corner like this? Every question under the sun. He cuffed the kid. He held him for a while, only to find out the kid he lived down the block with his mother. The mother came and got him from the police and shit. He did nothing wrong. Okay. But I was selling coke. When they saw me, that never even occurred to them. They saw the black kid down the hill and thought he's the one selling drugs, So all it is it means you get the benefit of the doubt, which is true. Sean Hannity once told a story. This is how out of touch he is. He told a story where he got stopped. He got pulled over. This is what Sean Hannity said. He said, I got out of my car. The first thing I did when the cop went back to his car, I got out of my car. Now, that's one thing, that's a no-no. Okay. I got out of my car. I opened my jacket. And I said, officer, just so you know, I'm armed. And he reached towards the gun. He pointed. Sean Hannity's so fucking stupid. He told this story to prove that if you just let the cop know you're armed, you will be fine. Now, if a black guy did that, he would have been shot in the face immediately and killed. You deny that, you're full of shit. Philando Castile, look up the video. He was a cafeteria worker. He had no criminal record. He had a gun on him, as he always did. He had a license to carry. And he was pulled over with his girlfriend. He was in the passenger seat. They shouldn't have even been fucking with him, but they had to because they're cops. So they said, let me see your ID, which they didn't even have the right to ask him. And he said, well, just to let you know, I'm armed. If I reach for my wallet, am I going to have a problem? And the cop said, no, just reach for your wallet and give me your ID. He reached for his wallet and the guy shot him and fucking killed him instantaneously after telling the guy to reach for his wallet. Okay. So yes, there is a difference. I'm sorry. There's a difference. I know it myself. If you are a Latino or a black guy, something like that, you get different treatment. You do. If me and a black guy, even though I'm all covered in tattoos and everything, me and a black guy walk in the same store together, which one do you think is going to be suspected of maybe shoplifting first? You already know. Okay. That's all white privileges. It just means that you get the benefit of the doubt. They did a study once on eBay. This was like 15 years ago. They had the same product, right, being sold for the exact same price. But in the one eBay, whatever listing was a black guy holding the item. Okay. The second listing was a white guy. You could see their hands. White guy holding the item. And there was a bunch of them. The guy had a quantity. They both had quantities or whatever this item was, whatever. It was purchased like 10 times more from the white guy than the black guy. Because they saw a black hand in the picture. They just immediately distrust them. That's how it works. And if you guys deny that, you can deny it all you want. But the emergence of the Karen is a direct descendant of white privilege. Exactly. That's all it means. I'm a white guy. I wasn't raised with any fucking special privileges as far as money and stuff like that. None. But I know goddamn well that I'm going to be treated differently when I'm pulled over. I shouldn't use myself as an example because cops always think I'm Puerto Rican, but still, I've seen it with my own eyes. Another thing, I was in a hotel. There was a bad period in my life where I got out of jail and I didn't have a home plan. I wound up living in a hotel for about 8 months. Right now, while I was in this hotel, I was selling crack, I was selling coke, everything. And there was some black dudes that were staying down the hall. They'd gotten out of jail in Baltimore. They weren't drug dealers, nothing of the sort. They were just staying there with some fat white chick, which I know that's crazy, right? You never hear of that. And they just didn't have a place to go. So they were staying in this hotel. And they had been there for quite some time, basically living there. And we were online one day to pay our rent every week. If you're staying there for the week, you got to pay every week, right? If you're staying there permanently, I should say, or long term. So the black guy, he goes up and the guy tells him it's like $4.96 for the week. I mean, the clerk, the guy behind the counter, he tells the black guy it's like $4.96 for the week. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh no, I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, they raised the fucking prices. I've been paying $3.75 a week, right? So I'm like ready to flip. And the black guy pays his rent, goes upstairs. I get up there and the guy says $3.75. And I said, hold on. I thought the price went up because you just charged Greg. The guy's name was Greg. You just charged him more than that. And he said, I don't trust them. I don't like them. They're all drug dealers. I don't want them in here. Now, in reality, I was the drug dealer. Never even crossed his mind. Never even crossed his mind. The black dude that wasn't doing anything wrong, he was seen as the drug dealer. So I could tell you from my own experiences, if you know what white privilege is, you'd have to be retarded to say it doesn't exist. If you think white privilege means that you always, like you're naturally born, or you're born with some natural advantage, maybe to some extent, because again, white people are going to be treated better in society. But if you think it means that everything's been handed to you since you were a little kid, you never had to worry about anything. Because you always hear hillbillies, they're like, what privilege did I have? I worked my whole life. Well, yeah, but you got a job, right? That might be the privilege. Not that you know what I mean? It's not that you were handed everything. You worked your whole life. Yeah, you just said it. You got a job, right? Okay, there's a lot of people that can't get a job because of what they look like and stuff. And then when Democrats try to put in policies like DEI, Republicans shoot them down. So I'm racist and I don't know it. Could you tell me how? I'm curious. Well, to be honest with you, I worked at a convenience store. I used to watch the white people more because they don't think they're going to get watched. Well, but there you go. So even you admit it. Like you watch them more, but it was because naturally they think that because it's true. Generally, they're not going to be watched as much. You know what I mean? There's also a video we just haven't seen the video in pictures because I won't release it. Maybe they already destroyed it. What are you talking about? About Trump? Very disingenuous, and that's why smart people don't deal with disingenuous people. Well, none of you are smart. You're all from the stupidest, least educated states in the country. You're not smart people. But tell me how I'm disingenuous. I'll wait. Dylan, I'm not looking for you, bro. I don't care if you live or die. I know you think you're very self-important. You think that with all the comments in the chat, I'm looking for Dylan. Dylan, I don't know you. I don't care to know you. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Please. Relax. You're not that important. They blame everyone but themselves for their miserable lives. It's the blacks, the gays, or the liberals. I don't know what you're saying. You seem to be quoting something, but in reality, listen, I lived in a black community for a long time. I never had much experience around gay people, but liberals. You might think I'm a liberal. I'm not a liberal, but I do know a lot, and I'll tell you right now, they are not that. MAGA is that. I give this speech on every show. I mean, MAGA is that exact thing. MAGA, if you listen to them, and this is why Trump is their guy. Trump came on the scene telling you Mexicans are rapists, okay? And then everything since then has been a whole list of reasons you don't have to take responsibility for your failures and mistakes in life. You can't get a job because the illegals are taking all the jobs. When in reality, you can get a job. Just try harder, you know? You can't get an apartment or a house. That's because the goddamn illegals, they're buying up all the housing and renting all the apartments. And in the same breath, you'll say they're dirt poor and they're on welfare, but yet they're buying up all the houses and renting all the apartments. You guys blame gay people for shit. Things in your own lives. God forbid one of your kids winds up turning gay. Oh my God, it's the gay people's fault. They indoctrinated my son. It's not that he was just born gay. No. You guys, everything in your lives is somebody else's fault. Mexicans, black people, Muslims, gay, trans, everything in your lives. And I'm sorry, that might piss you off, but you guys are miserable because the party of the Republican Party now, and MAGA especially, that core group of Trump voters, you are the most miserable, low-life people on planet Earth. Like I said, you come from the poorest states, the least educated states. You don't have great lives, yet you keep voting Republican, so you stay stupid and poor. And then when your life turns out to be shit because you fucked up, you take it out on everyone else and you blame them for your problems. And your leader is a shining example of that. Donald Trump, since the 1970s, it's documented. He's a documented racist. He's a documented criminal. He's a documented con man. He's a documented, did I say rapist? Criminal con man? Yeah, I think I said rapist twice. He is, okay? But when he gets accused of a crime, it's a witch hunt. They're coming after me for nothing. Like the phone call, he calls a perfect phone call, which doesn't even make sense. Whoever says a phone call was perfect. The guy fucking told Zelensky that if you don't get me dirt on Joe Biden, I'm not giving you aid to fight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not giving you anything. Quid pro quo. Yeah, and it's a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt. Russia. Oh, it's a witch hunt. Meanwhile, you stood on stage in front of the whole world and said, Russia, if you're listening, please find me the 30,000 emails. You'll be rewarded greatly. Russia collusion. Okay. So everything. He's been accused of sexual assault 28 fucking times since the 1970s. Yet E. Jean Carroll, yeah, she's lying. And so is Katie Johnson. And so is everybody else who's accused you. Your own wife said that you raped her in 1989 in court filings. She's lying too. Everybody's out to get Trump. He's never responsible. Isn't it funny that Trump has been accused of so many things, yet he hasn't done any of them? Have you ever heard of that happening? I'll tell you what, man, I've been accused of a lot of shit. And you know what? Every fucking thing, except for one time when the cop said I was a heroin dealer and I was actually a crack dealer. Everything I was accused of, it's because I did it. Because people don't just generally get accused. And I know you're going to say, oh, well, Trump is rich. He's the president. We've had 46 presidents before him. How come none of them were accused of sexual assault multiple times in their lives before they even became president? How come Trump is the first felon to occupy the White House? You know, I know it's amazing, right? Trump, he's the most flawed individual on earth. We know for a fact that in the 70s, he was sued by the Nixon administration for refusing to rent to black people. We know that. And it wasn't a huge thing with a bunch of different buildings. It was Trump organization, period. Him and his father. Okay. So we know about that. They had to settle that. We know that employees of his said that when he would walk through the casinos, they would keep the black employees in the back. He didn't want to see them. He wouldn't shake their hands. We know stuff like that. We know Ivanka Trump accused him of rape. Ivanka will one day. We know that Katie Johnson accused him of raping her with Jeffrey Epstein. We know that he cheated on every wife he ever had. That's a fact. It's not opinion. Okay, and then back to the Katie Johnson thing. he was accused of raping her with Epstein in 1996. And by the way, we know for a fact that he was best friends with Epstein around that time. There's videos of them together. There's pictures of them together. There's audio of Jeffrey Epstein years ago telling Michael Wolff we were best friends for 10 years. Donald Trump in the year 2000 said, Jeffrey's a great guy to be with, which is a very odd thing to say for a man. It's even said he loves beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. Now, if you're talking about some friend of yours, yeah, you probably mean 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds. If you're talking about the most prolific pedophile in American history, you're talking about children, okay? The guy is known throughout his lifetime. He would deliberately, he would take services from small businesses. He would, like, there's a story, a father and son. They had a small company. They built stools and stuff like that. He had them build the stools for one of his casinos. $250,000 worth of stools. He took the stools. He loved the stools. He put them in his casino. And then he told the father and son, I'm not paying you. And if you don't like it, sue me. Knowing that they couldn't sue him because they'd go bankrupt trying to sue him because he had more money than them. And they did go bankrupt. They went out of business because they performed, they provided materials and everything else and performed services and built all these stools and got robbed. Okay. He's known for that. He's known for stiffing union workers. The unions that built his buildings never got paid. That's a fact. Okay. He's known for all of this stuff. His whole life, he's known for nothing but shady things. We even know now that he had an affair with a porn star and a Playboy playmate, and who knows how many other women behind his current wife's back while she was at home with their newborn. We know all these things about him, but then when he gets accused of something, you guys are like, no way. Couldn't be. Not my Donald. Meanwhile, he's the first person most people would suspect when it comes to most of this shit. And rightfully so. He's a lifelong scumbag. But you guys can watch him commit a crime live on TV and then deny that he did it when he gets charged. That man is yet to be charged with something he did not do. He fucked Stormy Daniels behind his wife's back. Then, as a form of election interference, because he did not want the voters to know when he was running for president for 2016, he paid her off secretly. He had Michael Cohen make the payment, $130,000, so she wouldn't tell all of us voters that he had an affair behind his wife's back, which is information voters should have. Because when they changed or when they edited a little bit of Kamala's interview for Time, he sued them for election interference. So imagine paying off a porn star to keep dirt out of the public. Then he committed, he falsified business records 34 times in order to cover up his election interference. The guy's a criminal. Any crime he's accused of. The Georgia case, the fucking guy called Raffensperger. It's on tape. I could play it for you. I need you to find me 11,000 votes. Sir, we've done recounts. We've done audits. There's no more votes. No, I need you to find me 11,000 votes. He was trying to get them to fabricate 11,000 votes so he could steal the election. He hired fake slates of electors. He caused a riot at the Capitol. All of this shit is crimes. But you guys, nope. He's the only man in the world who's constantly accused of shit that we all see him doing right in front of us, yet he's never guilty of any of it. So you guys learn from him. He don't take responsibility for his actions, and neither do any of you. All of you see yourselves as the victims of some minority group in this country, whether it's women, gay people, black people. I mean, you guys, as white males, walk around saying that you are the victims of American society. Oh, everybody can get away with everything unless you're straight and white. Then everybody's out to get you. Straight white people run the entire fucking country. And probably the world. But they're like, nah, we're the victims. You're always the victims. You're always a bunch of babies. They're coming to get us. We can't say that. We can't shout the N-word in public. That's fucked up. Like, you guys are clowns. You know what I mean? You are. All right, guys. I got to go. Have a good night. Peace.